What up, AOK Mafia? It's your boy Artofkickz, and just like that, we back with another one. Alright, so y'all, I done came across this video here, and it's titled 5 True Stories Behind Hollywood Studio Logos, man. I'm not gonna lie, I was one of those weird kids where you kind of be a little fascinated by some stuff, certain stuff, like the Hollywood logos. Like, I remember I would see that little lion, the lion that would roar. I'm like, how did they do that? How did they make that happen? Like, it'd be all kinds of stuff. I'd be wondering, like, the concepts, the ideas behind certain logos. And hey, 30-some years later, and this finally happening, I'm getting my questions answered, it look like, because the name of this video, like I said, is 5 True Stories Behind Hollywood Studio Logos. And we're about to check it out. Y'all boys and girls ready? I'm ready. Let's go.
When we're in the cinema or at home watching movies, we usually have to go through the opening with the logo of the film studio first. These logos have a very interesting story behind them, but almost no one has ever thought about how they were made. For example, do you know what mountain the Paramount logo is depicting? How many stars surround it? Why are they there? Or what's with the Walt Disney castle? Why is the boy fishing on the Dreamworks?
Yeah, what's that? That was one that I always wondered about too. Like, he's on the curve of a moon and he's fishing. Like, what's that? What's the story behind that? Ooh, this is about to be good.
Logo. Are you intrigued already?
Yes.
Then get yourself comfortable while we show you the history of the most famous studio logos. Let's get it on. One day back in 1994, 3 brilliant people got together. Director Steven Spielberg, Disney director Jeffrey Katzenberg, and music producer David Geffen. They decided to create a new film studio that's now known as Dreamworks.
What? I didn't even know they were... Oh, wow. They're the ones that's behind Dreamworks. Like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Associate the company's name with the fishing boy of the logo. Yeah, the one sitting on the moon. But the original idea was actually slightly different. They were originally looking for a computer-generated image of a man fishing from the moon. But visual effects artist Dennis Muren, who was then working along with Spielberg, insisted on making the logo by hand. And so they asked illustrator Robert Hunt to draw it. Hunt was called in to execute the final image on which the motion version was based. It took Hunt 3 months to complete the final motion logo with the boy fishing from the moon. Spielberg loved this version and decided to use it for his new company. By the way, the moon boy is William Hunt, the son of the illustrator.
Wow.
Paramount Pictures.
Now I know. I did not know that. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yo, hey, how dope would it be to be like, yo, that's me. You know what I'm saying? That kid, how old is he now? He'd be like, yo, you see that guy right there? Sitting on that moon fishing? That's me. That's me. I'm a legend. That's pretty freaking dope. That is cool.
The Paramount Pictures company was created in 1912 by Artofkickz, a film investor, and the Froman brothers, theater magnates.
Yo, them mofos are sharp. Woo, look at them fools. They look like brothers too. They so chilling, posted up. They as sharp as heck, boy.
Originally, the studio went by another name, Famous Players Film Company. The famous Paramount Pictures logo shows a majestic mountain peak covered in snow and surrounded by a ring of stars. It was created by the illustrator William Hodgkinson, who based his work on the Ben Lomond Mountain in Utah, where he spent his childhood. The original logo had 24 stars, one for every movie star that back then had a contract with the studio. However, nowadays...
Oh, wow. So that's why the stars were there. It was for every movie star that had a contract with the studio. Obviously, the stars gotta mean something different now because there's way too many stars. Celebrities.
There are only 22, and no one knows why. Eventually, the logo changed a bit. Now, as a result of technological development, instead of the original mountain picture,
look at that job.
A computer-generated image.
Gangster.
Columbia Pictures. This famous logo depicting a woman holding a torch, a symbol of America, was created in 1924.
Wow. 1924.
And showed a lady draped in a US flag and holding a torch.
Yo, that's the old one? That's crazy. Look at that. It looked like she's holding the torch of fireworks. Look at that. I've never seen this logo before.
There were no clouds in the background, and the forehead of the woman was covered with a headdress. It looked very primitive, and the whole picture looked more like a sketch. 6 years later, the logo was improved. The lady became more elegant.
I kind of remember that. That looks familiar. I feel like I've seen the old movie. Dude, this made me want to go back and watch a bunch of old movies, like really, really good ones. Dude, I have to do that. I have to do, before I leave this earth, I need to go back and watch a bunch of old movies and to see how this stuff looked back in the day when the film starts. Oh, I gotta do that. I gotta watch some old movies.
Her hair and lost the headdress, and the flag was now barely seen. The font was now different, the letters got bigger, and the writing was now behind the girl. But the most important thing was that the empty background was now filled with clouds, and the torch was no longer flickering and blinking, but glowing smoothly instead. In the next few years, the logo was slightly changed, and the word Pictures was added. But the now classic look of the logo was created in 1993, after Columbia Pictures was bought by Sony. The logo was repainted digitally by New Orleans artist Michael Diaz. Michael Diaz hired Jenny Joseph as a model for the logo. Diaz decided that the flame shouldn't be so bright, and that the logo should really focus on the girl. Therefore, she was redrawn more elegant and tender than ever before.
Good job, good job. You really put your thoughts to it. Dude, man, they did that digitally back then? In the 90s? What the... I swear, my daggone computer in the 90s, it was like so basic. It was like, yo, think about that though. Think about that though, like the technology that was available to certain people. You know what I'm saying? Because I swear, my computer screen in the 90s was like green with green letters. Like, what was I supposed to do with that? Like, I don't know, man.
Finally, in 1996, the animation was changed. First, you could see the torch, and then the rest of the picture. Also, during the opening...
Bro, I'm tripping right now. I'm so fascinated by stuff like this. I wish I could see this. Like, I wish I could see them making this. The process, what that was like. Oh, now that's gonna bug me.
You can hear a tune written by Jonathan Elias. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer.
This one.
In 1924, American lyricist Howard Diaz
that's the old one.
Logo for the Goldwyn Pictures depicting Leo the lion roaring. That's how the lion story started. Over the years, at least 7 lions interpreted Leo. The first lion was Slats, but the logo was noiseless, so Slats was there only for decoration. The next one, Jackie, was the first one to roar. Although back then the films were silent. The roar was recorded with the special equipment, and in each cinema there was a phonograph placed behind the screen to reproduce the sound during the opening.
Wow. Wow. So the whole movie would be silent, but you would get that roar from the lion. I'm tripping. I feel like if I was a moviegoer back then, I'm like, so you could get the roar from the lion, but the rest of the movie is silent? Like, you can't give us words? Like, what's this that make?
2 others, Telly and Coffee, but we don't know much about them. Then there was Tanner, famous for its...
Dude, this is amazing to see how many different freaking lines they had. Oh, man, over the times. This one looks good. Did this come before this? This looked like it would be older than this. Yo, this is dope.
And Coffee, but we don't know much about them. Then there was Tanner, famous for its perfect mane. And finally, in 1957, the studio shot the logo featuring its most famous lion, the one we all know from our childhood.
Yeah.
He is called Leo, and he's the one we
definitely the most famous lion. That's the guy I remember.
Still see on the logo. By the way, no lions were harmed on the set, so don't believe any stupid rumors. If someone shows you a picture to prove you otherwise, just...
That's so stupid. Look at that mess.
Know that it is fake. The Walt Disney Company. Just like Warner Brothers, Columbia Pictures, and many other companies, the Walt Disney Company was founded by 2 brothers, Walt and Roy Disney. This was back in 1932. It was first a small motion picture studio, but it grew little by little, and eventually became one of the biggest Hollywood studios ever. Nowadays it has 11 theme parks, 2 water parks, and a couple of broadcast networks.
Pause, there go Walt Disney. Do y'all believe that this man is frozen in time? People say that he was the first one to be put, you know, underneath the I don't remember what the term for that mess is called. You know, when you freeze somebody and then you unfreeze them later on down the line. Do y'all believe it? I don't believe it. He's just too old for that mess. I don't know. That'd be crazy if Walt Disney came back, man. Like, what year did he want to come back? Or did he just be like, you know what? Once y'all get the technology perfect, just bring me back then. Bring me back then. That always fascinated me as a kid, that was a story of like Walt Disney, like he's that guy. He's the one that was frozen. That's pretty cool though.
The Disney logo is worldwide famous, but not many know what the castle depicts. The castle is actually called Neuschwanstein, or New Swanstone Castle, and it is a 19th century Romanesque revival palace in southwest Bavaria in Germany.
That's the prototype. That's the actual like Disney castle. That's crazy. It looks like it too. Dang.
For the logo. Besides, it was the prototype for the Sleeping Beauty themed castle in the Disneyland park in Paris.
Yeah.
But the logo looked like this until 2006. It was then replaced by a totally new 3D computer-generated logo created by the Weta Digital Studio, based on another Disneyland fortress, the Cinderella Castle, which used Chateau d'Orsay as a prototype. The new logo was first shown on the premiere of the movie Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video.
Wow, so that's it's the Pirates of the Caribbean movie when they first premiered that logo, the new Disney logo that we get today. Yo, this is cool, man. Like, it makes me want to pay that much more attention to the logos of these movies, because who knows how they might change in the next 5 to 10 years, if they do change, because I don't know. The technology is pretty strong enough now to where they might be satisfied for at least another 10 to 20 years with the logos that they have now. But man, I enjoyed this. Oh man, that was a little history lesson right there. I feel like this, like I said, I need to go back and watch a bunch of these old movies now, man. Y'all leave me some suggestions down below and tell me where I can find them. Where are they streaming? Hulu, freaking Netflix. Those are about the only things I got. If I can watch them free on like... The fuck? Did y'all hear that? It sound like a fart out of it. Sound like a fart out of a elephant's butt. I don't know. Anyway, y'all know what time it is. You like this reaction, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more. As always, the link to the video is going to be down in the description box below. If you haven't already, make sure you follow your boy right here on the gram at Twitter at Artofkickz. Till the next one.